Hi everyone, I just want to thank you for joining us last week when we talked a little bit about birth recovery. Today I want to share with you just a little bit about one of the topics we discussed last week, which is waiting for any type of high impact activity such as running, burpees, jump squats, waiting for any type of high impact activity until you are at least 16 weeks postpartum. So the reason we want to touch on this just a little bit is because there's such a misconception out there about when it is safe for moms, new moms, to start exercising again. So we want to be very aware of what our bodies have been through over the last 9+ months. So it's definitely something that we need to take into consideration as the birth recovery time period. And I'm not saying that you are cleared at 16 weeks postpartum to go out there and start training for a half marathon. You're not cleared to necessarily go out and take a high intensity interval training class, but that is a really good marker at which to evaluate or speak to a professional who is well trained in birth recovery. Are you ready? Is your body physically ready for high impact activity? So one of the reasons we want to be very careful about resuming exercise too quickly after delivery is that relaxin is still in our systems. This is a hormone that helps your pelvis and your bones and everything to relax. This is how we deliver a baby. It doesn't matter what type of a delivery method you've had. It's still in your system for several months. It's actually, relaxin stays in your system as long as you are breastfeeding. And I do want to encourage all of our moms, please breastfeed as long as you can, preferably until your baby chooses to wean. This is something to take into consideration, is that this hormone that is making your joints lax is still in your system as long as you are breastfeeding or even pumping. So this is one consideration with the concern about resuming or returning to high impact activity too soon. The other thing is the amount of intra-abdominal pressure that happens during pregnancy as our belly grows, as our uterus grows, puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the linea alba. Now, linea alba is the connective tissue between your right and your left rectus abdominis muscles. And that connective tissue can be very, very stressed through that intra-abdominal pressure. And you're at a higher risk for diastasis recti. Next week, we're going to talk about diastasis recti in a little bit more detail. So if you do have any questions about that, please feel free to comment. I love your questions coming in, and it gives me more to talk about and more to share with you. So the other thing to take into consideration with potentially resuming high impact activity or running too soon after delivery is you have a very high risk also for wrist pain, knee pain, hip pain, pelvic floor issues, including incontinence and discomfort with intercourse. So I definitely want all of our new moms out there, and anyone that you know who is a new mom or who's pregnant, to really take this into consideration. If you don't have someone in your community who is well trained and certified in birth recovery and working with prenatal and postpartum women, I would recommend that you seek out the support of a physical therapist in your community who is a women's specialist. So if you do have any other questions related to when it's safe to resume physical activity after delivery, please let me know. Feel free to comment in the comments section. And if there's anything else that you want to hear about related to fitness and nutrition for moms, please feel free to either private message me or comment. I'd be happy to answer your questions or direct you to someone who can. Hope you guys have a great afternoon.